Have you ever stood in an airport security line, holding your suitcase, and suddenly wondered, what if everything I packed is wrong? What if the items I've trusted for years are actually slowing me down, marking me as an amateur traveler, or even raising red flags I don't know about? Because that's the strange truth pro travelers have been whispering lately. The items you think are helpful, it's the ones your parents used, the ones that feel normal. They're quietly becoming outdated in 2025 and 2026. And the reasons why feel like a mix of technology shifts, airport psychology, and something deeper happening behind the scenes that casual travelers never notice. And look, before anyone rolls their eyes and says packing is packing, let me tell you a quick story. A story that still sticks with me every time I zip up my carry-on. A few months ago, I met a retired airline operations expert during a layover in Denver. He looked like a regular guy, hoodie, coffee in hand. Laptop bag, but the way he scanned the terminal told me he wasn't just watching people. He was analyzing them. I asked him what he notices most about travelers. He didn't even pause. He just said, most people carry too much outdated junk. And every outdated item reveals something about who they are. It hit me hard, he went on. Airports aren't just security and planes. They're systems designed around speed, habits, and human behavior. When you bring the wrong items, you slow yourself down, confuse the system, and sometimes even trigger unnecessary scrutiny. So today, in this video, we're going deep, not into the same old don't pack liquids talk or the recycled tips every travel channel repeats. No. We're exploring the subtle, rarely discussed items that pro travelers abandoned years ago because the way airports function has changed. The way we travel has changed, and you deserve to travel like someone who knows the inside story instead of guessing in the dark. And I'll warn you, some of these items feel harmless until you realize why they're a problem. Some are emotional, some are tech-based, some are tied to new security protocols for 2025 and 2026 that nobody talks about publicly yet. But every single one of them will change the way you pack after today. So let's start with something unexpected: old school comfort items. There used to be a time when travelers carried thick travel pillows, bulky blankets, giant noise-canceling headphones with plastic shells, even little foot hammocks they'd hook under the seat. Pro travelers stopped bringing these not because they're useless, but because airlines quietly updated seat infrastructure and new scanning technology often flags bulky fabric items for manual inspection. One former TSA officer told me off camera that the biggest delicausers at checkpoints are soft items with dense padding, obscure shapes on scanners. They look weird. They get pulled aside. So, frequent flyers switch to compact, thin-layer memory foam rolls or inflatable pads that look almost flat on an X-ray. That's something YouTube never tells you, because it isn't viral sounding, but it's the truth. Next, let's talk about outdated tech, the kind normal travelers still toss in their bags without thinking. Heavy power banks, old USB-A chargers, multi-USB bricks that heat up, 3-pound laptops, or those huge DSLR cameras people swear they'll use but never touch. What pros learned is that airports are basically evolving ecosystems. Chargers are getting smaller. Outlets are getting smarter. Ports are changing. Security systems now identify heated electronics faster than ever, and older tech often triggers secondary bag checks because their batteries degrade and produce inconsistent thermal signatures. Pro travelers use small GAN chargers now, one-cable systems, super-thin laptops, and pocket-sized power banks that charge fast but cool. They've adapted. Casual travelers haven't. Then there are the items that betray people's anxieties. You know, the ones massive wallets filled with old receipts, multiple pouches, giant toiletry kits with products they haven't touched in months, overstuffed medicine bags, oversized water bottles, even those little emergency kits Pinterest influencers made popular years ago. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Airports read these items as stress weight. Heavy organizational systems make you slower. They cause you to fumble for IDs. They increase the chance you'll drop something important. And according to 2 airline gate agents I privately interviewed last year, passengers who appear disorganized are statistically more likely to miss boarding, hold up traffic, argue about seat assignments, or accidentally violate carry-on rules. So pro travelers cut the clutter not for aesthetics, but so the airport sees them as smooth movers. Yes, airports watch how you move. It matters more than you think. And then comes a big one. Sentimental items. People bring old travel journals, gifted blankets, Lucky Charms, family photo albums, even outdated analog gear. Pro travelers stopped bringing these because sentimental weight turns into mental weight. When something meaningful is in your bag, your awareness shifts. You worry more? You check your bag more. You lose focus. You subconsciously slow down. And in modern airports where boarding groups move fast and security lanes morph constantly, hesitation is the enemy. One airline manager told me something that still echoes in my mind. Travel isn't about bringing pieces of home. It's about moving forward. People pack their fears more than they pack their needs. But let's dig deeper into the items that have become outdated because the world changed. Travel locks from the 2010s. Useless. TSA patterns changed. Scanners improved. Pro travelers don't waste time securing zippers with hardware anymore. They use hidden zipper bags, internal pockets, anti-theft layouts, or bags designed to collapse flat on scanners. Paper documents. Boarding passes printed in stacks. It's outdated behavior. Pros keep digital duplicates, offline backups, and a single slim folder for international flights. The rest, gone. Because paper slows you down and gets flagged when layered. Oversized cosmetic bags filled with large containers. Pros don't do that either. They use micro-containers, solid toiletries, or pre-packed kits. Why? Because 2025 scanners now read gel density more aggressively. Too many gels equals more scans. More scans equals delays. And delays equals frustration. Now let's talk about fashion choices that are actually outdated travel items. Big belts. Heavy coats. Steel jewelry. Hard-bottom shoes with metal shanks. Too many layers. People think these don't matter, but airport systems categorize you based on silhouette complexity. When you wear structured outfits, the scanner flags you more often. Pro travelers wear minimal layers, smooth fabrics, light pockets, not because they're stylish, but because they pass through security like water. No friction, no delay. And then there's the item almost no YouTube channel talks about: outdated expectations. The belief that flights run predictably, that gate agents will wait, that overhead bins will be empty, that boarding groups mean something, that airline staff will magically solve everything, that travel is still like it was 10 years ago. That mindset is the heaviest outdated item people carry. Pro travelers don't expect comfort. They don't expect order. They don't expect fairness. They expect chaos, and that's why they thrive in it. They treat airports like puzzles instead of problems. They pack light, mentally and physically. They carry what works, not what's familiar. And now here's the twist you didn't see coming. The most outdated travel item of all is predictability. The idea that you can plan everything. That airports will behave the way you want them to. Because the truth is, this modern travel isn't about control. It's about adaptability, fluidity, awareness, reducing friction in ways nobody teaches. And that's exactly why this channel, Golden Age Travel Tips, exists, to bring you the travel knowledge people never share publicly. The kind pros whisper to each other in lounges at 2 a.m. So here's the question. I'll leave you with the final suspense before you pack your next bag. If you've removed every outdated item from your luggage, every old habit, every heavy piece of your past, what kind of traveler would you become? Faster? Smarter? Lighter? Maybe even unrecognizable to the old you? Because the truth is simple. The future of travel belongs to those who carry less, but no more. And after today, that future belongs to you.